Hello everybody and welcome back to the Talkbox Podcast Plays Doki Doki Literature Club. I am here. I brought in some help. We're tagging in a friend. I got Harry Laserhead with me from the podcast to kind of go through and finish the game.
Hello, hello.
I brought him up to speed. I showed him most of the important stuff.
I'm still a little blind as to what most of the stuff happened, but I'm kind of familiar with the game enough where I knew what was going to happen pretty much before it happened, before Chad saw it, but should still be interesting to see what happens from this point.
We're going back in. I'm tagging in a friend because I'm going to defeat the stigma now. There is nothing wrong with calling in friends to help you face your demons, be they in the real world or the virtual world. So here we are. Hopefully this is the finale. I really don't know because things have gotten kind of weird. Sayori has been removed from the game. She commits suicide and now does not exist in the game's code. Replaced by, I guess, Monica, from what it looks like.
From what you showed me, yeah.
So yeah, I guess we're just going back in and we'll see what happens. Be prepared for anything. Okay, you must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Okay, literally the same thing that happened in the very first episode. You get the poems, and you get to go back and pick words to see which girl likes you the best.
So who want to go for?
We've pretty much been on the Yuri train for the entire thing, but I don't know.
Isn't it now technically a new game?
That's what I'm wondering. Like, if it's going to be just like a new game plus with Sayori not being there, or if things are going to be drastically different. So, we're going into this blind, and, like, I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll see. So let's go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. Also, she's the vice president now, not Sayori.
Oh.
I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Chad? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought,
Wow, Chad. So brutal.
I'm saying, this is literally how it played out the first time.
Just shutting them down right on the spot.
The girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Chad. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really hard to find new members. Well, you might have killed one off, so...
Was that different? Was that there before?
I cannot remember. I think it was, that they just needed more members for the club festival.
Okay.
But if we don't find one more before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club by itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. And that's when I sold my soul yet again. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Chad? Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. Chad, I'm so happy. We could become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Yep, nope. It's that, I'm feeling that, like, tension again. Like, I know something's around the corner, but I just cannot prepare myself enough for it. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note.
But don't worry, Chad. I'm here to laugh at you when stuff goes bad.
Exactly. See, this is why I have him here.
He's
He's here for, like, kind of moral support, but mostly just to laugh at me.
And make sure the show continues on once you're knocked out from shock.
And we've been friends for like 7 years.
That's why we've been friends for so long.
Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Chad, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Yeah, same. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. So far, everything seems kind of par for the course.
I mean, what do you expect, Chad? Just a normal
normal cutesy
It's just
VN.
a
I don't
normal
believe
graphic
that
novel.
anymore.
Just a normal graphic novel.
The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight.
He's really overthinking this a lot.
I mean, that's how they usually are, right?
Yeah.
You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it?
Yes.
I guess?
Yes.
Fuck! Again!
I mean...
This is not a poem. This is literally a fucking...
It's a special poem.
Yes? Hello? That wasn't a poem! Yep, Sayori's gone. There's only two, and Monica's not even here.
Yeah. So is Monica not even a choice at all anymore? It's...
Well, she wasn't to begin with. It was always Sayori, Natsuki, and Yuri. So
Oh,
she was
okay.
never here. That's
Oh.
why I was always confused as to, like, what's going on.
Okay.
Fuck.
So
Okay,
who
so
do
we
you
have to
want-
write a poem. So you have to choose words, and
Oh, I know how it works. Just who do we want to try to aim for?
I guess
Natsuki or Yuri?
I guess we go with Yuri because we have been this entire time. I don't know. Like, the game's completely different now. I have no idea how this is gonna work out. So, let's just start picking randomly. Anxiety. Disarray. Whistle. Aura. Music.
Oh, you gotta try to pick them based off who the girl you're going for.
I've just been
Shit.
picking randomly most of this time, to be honest with you.
Oh, God.
Alright, so
That's-
let's start thinking then.
That's the
So,
whole reason why the girls jump up
yeah,
and down.
let's start
when you
thinking
choose
this. So
a word.
we're currently at 2 and 2.
So we're going... Yeah.
Or
so
like,
we-
or 3 and 2.
so,
This is number 6. So what do you want to pick here? Alone?
whoa. We're going Yuri, right?
Yeah.
She's like all like...
She's
like that dark kind of stuff, right?
yeah, dark fantasy, very like, you know, open-minded, whereas
Yeah,
Natsuki's more
Pablo.
like cutesy.
Go alone.
Alone?
Yeah.
All right, that was definitely her. Analysis probably would be her.
Yeah. Sadness.
Sadness. No, that's her. That's
Okay.
interesting. Suicide I know is definitely her.
Yeah.
Imagination is her. Melancholy's her.
Fear. Horror. Ooh.
Horror, because I know that that's
Yeah,
definitely her.
okay. Grief.
Universe,
Universe.
grief. I think universe is the
Yeah.
given.
Because she's also like the sciencey one, right?
Not
Or like
sciencey,
this-
more just like she is very open-minded and enjoys a lot of things that are like deep and meaningful, whereas Natsuki likes things that are more cutesy and simple.
Okay.
So like she would probably like Flower,
Yeah.
but she would probably like Destiny.
Okay.
So what else we got here?
Mm.
Ocean? Nope, that's her. Fuck. That's not simple. Like the ocean can be deep. The ocean is deep.
The ocean can also just be simple. It's just a big body of water.
Fair enough.
And you said she like,
Effulgent.
frightening.
Frightening.
Or,
Embrace? Essence. Essence, definitely. Boop. Yeah, no, that's not... That would be Natsuki in a heartbeat. Crimson. And...
yeah, I am sorry. A kitty cat just approached
Extraordinary. Yep, that's my
I am
cat.
Minorly distracted.
And then Starscape. Alright,
There
so
we
that's
go.
all 20. We are definitely heavily weighted towards Yuri.
Yes.
Hi again, Chad. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in. Or sorry, I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out.
Alrighty then.
You saw that, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I wonder if that's because we're focusing on Yuri.
I think so. Maybe. I don't know.
Alrighty.
Fuck. Alright, thanks for keeping your promise, Chad. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Fucking...
Okay, I take back my previous statement.
Alright, I think it just
not
happens.
about Yuri. It is.
Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what.
There's
but if you
always one yandere.
Yeah. Well, no, she's the tsundere. Like, she's the one
Tsundere,
that's like
that's
cutesy.
that's-
The yandere, I
that's
think
what I meant.
If anyone's the yandere, I'm thinking it's
No,
Yuri.
yeah, no, I'm a tsundere.
Because she has a fixation with, like, knives and blood. So I'm
Yeah.
guessing that she would be the yandere if there were one.
Yep.
But if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Why is she blocking the
Yeah,
word?
why is she blocking the thing? Natsuki certainly has a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the classroom. I know what that's supposed to be, but... Monica... Natsuki finds herself between saying Monica and manga. Do you hear the music kind of, like, playing off key every now and then?
I haven't noticed it.
Okay, I'm starting to pick up on it a little bit. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Chad. I will make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like that, if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try and be a part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out. Is it the Necronomicon? So I picked out a book that you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Something else I noticed?
It's tilted?
Yeah, the classroom is tilted. It used to be right side up, and now it's like...
Okay. I wasn't sure if that was just how I would know.
No, yeah,
Okay.
I was picking up on that because I thought like my screen was tilted for some reason. I'm like, no, that's not it. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now it's back to normal again. The fuck?
Alright.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like it's the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. So I'm guessing that it's the same thing as what happened in the first few days, is she bought 2 copies of a book for you two to, like, read together. Ah. Okay, music changed. Alright. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so...
Oh, I'm sure she's focused, just not on the book.
That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. Yeah, the same thing that happened in the original set there.
Yep.
I'd definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about, anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover.
Same book or different?
I don't remember if the eye symbol is new, but
Okay.
I do remember Markov being in the title. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison, and the people trapped there leave this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood.
That sounds very
This is different. No, this is very different. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, that might be a bit of a spoiler. That is very different than the book that she gave me originally.
So I just want to go ahead and say that's a very odd book to give someone you just
Met. Yeah.
and just joined your club to like.
But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean, not the thing about the limbs.
Already.
That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere.
Yeah.
The problem is that didn't sound like a nice story at any point. There was the original one started out like it was going to be good, and then it had like a weird twist to
I
it.
think he meant it sounded like a good story based off the title,
Uh,
like a portrait of Markov.
are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Chad? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway.
Hi, Sayori.
Then suddenly, I'm rambling, aren't I?
Sayori's trying to break through.
I don't know.
She's trying to break through.
What was that font? Like,
That was Sayori.
ugh, I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. I mean, you might have, but I... Well, I guess it's alright then, but I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem when I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts. My whole body gets incredibly something was what that first bit read.
I didn't see that last
I kind of forget to pay attention to other people, so I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Ah, well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started on reading it, right? Fuck! Oh my god.
Why are you so jumpy, Chad?
I can't help it. I really can't. I'm sorry.
So, you guys can't see, but Chad just jumped for the 5th time already this episode. He's jumped at every
My poor
slight
little...
disturbance.
Okay, they made the disclaimer that this game was not for the easily disturbed. Well, consider me in the camp of easily disturbed at this point. I thought I was going to be able to handle this, but damn. My blood pressure's already up. I can already feel my heart pounding. Fucking,
It's great, it's just starting.
Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but... What are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. This is the other thing. This came up with that first portrait of, like, you and her together reading the book.
You?
Something's gonna happen.
You?
Yeah.
And
Are you sure?
in.
You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, the reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just bathing in the feeling of your...
Of your heat?
Body heat?
I think you just bathing in the feeling of your heat.
I guess. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
Those things go by so fast.
I know. It's like, I can't even stop them. Although, wait, no, we can check the history. Yeah? Yeah?
Nope.
No, it doesn't even show up in the history. Oh my god. I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. See, this was like cutesy and awkward before, but now it's like...
Oh, yeah.
I'm paranoid. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that kind of makes it difficult to turn the page. Here. I don't like this anymore.
But why? It's such a cute scene.
Yeah, it's the same cutesy thing that started before, but there's going to be some dark twist that's going to catch me completely off guard.
Stab you in the neck.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. This was also something that was said in the original game.
The main character that butchers people by limbs and reattaches them to other people.
It was a different book before though. But now, yeah, now it just sounds creepy as all hell. Eh? That's a new expression. First off. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. Ah, that's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet, so I don't know why that came into my head. Okay, Yuri, are you feeling alright? Eh? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hand on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? That's different too. She didn't leave before. I think we just like split up and started doing the poems.
Alright then.
Did something happen just now? Eh? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. Okay, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other?
Yuri went to go murder someone real quick.
I hope not. Eh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Fuck, she's going to murder somebody. Is that okay? Well, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and then slip it back into my bag. Alright, who do you want to select, Harry? I'll give you this choice, because we've got Natsuki or Monika to show the poem to. Natsuki. So Natsuki first?
Yeah.
I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Chad, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you'll probably think it's stupid.
Alright.
Okay. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. This is the same poem that she showed us on the first day.
Nothing, you can't scroll down at all?
No, it was literally just this, but yeah, it's the same exact poem, so...
Nothing out of the ordinary yet.
Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Alright, so that literally went verbatim as it did before on the first day.
I say we choose Sayori now.
Alright.
Hidden option.
I don't think it's a hidden option.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a hidden option.
We gotta find it, Chad. We gotta find it.
I don't think it's a
Try
hidden
the
option,
closet.
Harry.
Try the closet.
Try the closet? Nope. I think there's literally only like one
curtains.
thing. There's only one thing you can click on. Yeah, no, Monica, whatever.
You didn't try hard enough.
Hi, Chad. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. I don't like the fact that she said it that way. I'm always listening. Like, have that be in a separate type line. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
I mean, why do you think she doesn't show up during the poem writing part?
I don't know. There's something about
She's
her.
the mastermind behind all of this.
Well, I mean, hey, she was the last person that Sayori talked to before she offed herself, so she has something to do with it. I know she's involved at the very least. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Chad. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Chad. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect for you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly.
Because the people she normally socially interacts with, she probably merges afterwards.
I
So she
really
runs
hope
out
that
of
that's
people.
not the case.
I mean, she's been gone for quite a while.
Like,
Chad.
she wasn't like that before, though. That's the other thing. Like,
Yeah, she snapped
her
finally.
personality is
She
completely
finally
different.
Snapped.
Like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for some alone time.
Go merge
Suddenly, the door opens. Yuri! I'm back.
someone. She's not covered
Did
in
I
blood,
miss anything?
So, I think we're
Not
good.
really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Eh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. Yeah, 'cause she wasn't late to it either. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall, but he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glance at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in the room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears? The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. There's... See, this sounds normal compared to the poems that I've read from her before.
It sounds like she's talking about you.
Probably. I hope not, because I don't know what this means for me.
The he is you.
Because, like, the weird thing is her poems were usually, like, super abstract. Like, they had a weird freeform thing to it. They fucking went, like, way longer on the page. Like, I don't know.
I have a feeling yours is going to be all messed
So
up.
what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. I don't know. I mean, I guess I kind of call it freeform, but this seems a lot more, like, structured than the previous stuff that I've read from her in the past playthrough.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm really not the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
It was you.
It wasn't me.
Yeah,
I
it
hope
was.
it's not me. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other.
It's either you or that Sayori is no longer in existence.
No, maybe. Something like that has to be to do with it. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. so just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. She had the same tip of the day at the beginning as well, so that didn't change either.
Alrighty, time for Yuri.
Oh god, what's gonna happen?
Jump scare.
As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor tonally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. I'm sorry, I noticed that there's a skip button now.
Mm-hmm.
This wasn't highlighted before. Like, this wasn't even a thing.
That is odd.
What happens if we click it?
Probably just skips.
Like dialogue?
Yeah.
I'm tempted to find out.
Go for it. Oh.
Okay. So...
Go up.
Oh, okay, so it just goes through all the stuff that maybe, like, I've seen before?
I guess.
Because her poem was about, like, a ghost.
Okay.
Yeah, this is all dialogue that I've kind of remember reading before, so now things things get different,
The
though.
skip is blurred out again.
Yeah,
You can't click it.
interesting. It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive, too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Chad. Me too. Okay. Yeah, it's still grayed out, so I'm guessing it can skip over things that I've already seen. What?
The background.
Oh!
The background.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. How long has that been there?
I'm pretty sure that just showed up, because I have been looking for stuff.
The music is fucked too. Oh my god, I can hear it. The flute. Okay, it's not anymore, but it was just for like a second. I swear I heard it. Oh my fucking... Okay, alright. Things are about to get real, I assume. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up.
What? What?
Hers? Yeah. Monkeys can... It was like eagles can fly, cheetahs can climb,
yeah.
People can try, but that's about it.
Alright, yeah, okay.
So yeah, hers is supposed to be like, you know, simple and effective,
Yeah,
and then
okay. That makes sense.
they're very polarizing. This
forgot.
is leading up into the same fight that they had before at the beginning of the game. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was just trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Chad did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Chad liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Chad appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. This is literally the same thing as before. They get into a huge fight with each other.
Cat fight?
Yeah, and how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ooh. You know what? I wasn't the only one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Chad started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking, you wannabe edgy bitch. Edgy? Sorry, that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. This is very different than what happened before. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves as they graduate middle school, you know. If they want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Be careful or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? That was something that I definitely was hinted at in the original game, because she kept furrowing with her sleeves, but it was never addressed, so... Fuck. We're getting somewhere now.
Hey.
What the fuck is wrong with your head? What language is this? This is something.
You should definitely check a turn.
Yeah, go on. Let Chad hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns towards me as if she just noticed I was standing there. Chad, she's just trying to let you look bad. That's not true. She started it. How did I get dragged? Fuck. And I can't choose Sayori because she's not here.
I think this is... You're choosing someone's side?
Yeah, we're taking a side in this argument, so who are we picking?
I mean, I really decide on Yuri, right?
I guess. Oh, I don't like where this is going.
Click.
I did. Can I not choose her?
Just keep clicking it.
Excuse me? Game? Please! I have to choose her? Oh my god, I have to... Hello, Monica. Hi. What's up? How you been? Hey, Chad. Why don't we step outside for a little bit?
And you said we couldn't pick Yuri.
Okay. I think she wanted me to hit Natsuki. That's what it was leading me towards, but...
I know. That's why you don't click it. Chad, the way this game is working, you don't want to click what it leads you to.
Okay. Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Oh.
She's crying.
She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
God.
Yuri is rocking back and forth at her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Chad, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Okay. That last bit...
That was an odd phrase.
That's like a memory thing? Yeah?
Yeah. Told you, Monica's in charge of all this.
Fuck. Alright, anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants me to say something. Or she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Chad. I kind of don't want to anymore. Maybe that's a surprise to you people, but it would just be embarrassing with you listening.
I feel like she just wants to talk with you, not discuss that book.
Yep.
I don't think the book's what's on her mind right now.
And the picture of Sayori hanging herself is back to being a calendar.
Yeah.
I didn't check to see if anything else in the room was different. Sorry. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but I really appreciate you understand.
Wait, whoa.
So, I guess we're picking a poem now.
I'm no expert, but I think it just either skipped a bunch or went back in time to when we did the poem.
No, because the poem is picked every day.
I know.
Oh no, did we go back in time and we have to... Oh, I see what you're saying, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, do we
Unrequited.
just stay on the Yuri plan?
Sure.
Unrequited.
Broken.
Fear.
Fear.
Effulgent.
Imagination.
I thought that was her. Vivid?
Yeah. Huh? Intellectual.
Intellectual.
Vivacious. Tragedy.
Vivacious. Tragedy, maybe? Yeah. All of these seem cutesy. Memories, though.
Yeah. No.
Fuck! Oh my god. I'm never gonna get it perfect, am I?
Eternity.
Eternity. Promise?
No.
Whisper.
No.
Fuck! Oh my god.
Philosophy.
Philosophy. Universe. Incongruent. That's a word.
You gotta go for that one.
Why do I have to go for it?
Chad, you just got her.
Okay.
Come on.
Fuck! What happened?
Okay, so now we just keep going on. Entropy.
Entropy?
Oh, that did not sound like a good sound.
No, it didn't. Misfortune? Starscape?
Spies?
Despise?
Grief?
Grief?
And misery.
Misery. Oh my! Hello, oh.
Okay, so it just skipped tonight after that fight and everything.
Yeah, it just skipped straight to it, so we're on the next day.
Yep.
Fuck. Another day passes, it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days.
Chad's getting less and less comfortable.
Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Welcome back, Chad. Hi, Yuri. You seem to be missing some pieces.
I don't think that's the usual scene.
Nope.
She's missing her head.
And
now
the
missing
rest of her.
body.
Hi, Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression. What expression? But the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little.
Oh, there she
Okay,
is.
we're back to normal. Yuri glances over her shoulder looking around the room. Natsuki's reading manga at a desk. And surprisingly, Monica isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arms and pulls me to the corner of the room. About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before. This is also new. We've never actually gone to the closet for anything.
Well, because the fight never escalated at that point.
That's true. Yeah, so we're on like a diverted path.
Yep.
Oh god, nothing like this has ever happened before. And something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound, I'll say. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Just yesterday, though, because it felt like for as long as we've been playing this.
It's only been 2 days in game.
In the game? Okay, I guess that makes sense, too. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was first time sharing poems. No, 2 days, because it was the first day that you got introduced.
Well, I just said, this is the 3rd day.
Oh,
right
I'm
now.
sorry. I can't do math. This is why you're the computer whiz and not me.
What does that have to do with
I don't know. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was first time sharing
basic
poems.
math that you learn in kindergarten.
Shut up. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided that there's no way you could be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it. Ah, Chad, don't say those kinds of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad that you are such an understanding person, and I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything is a little bit brighter with you around, and, sorry, what am I saying right now? Hey, have you guys seen Monica? Ah, no, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man, Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either? Yuri's clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't.
What the hell did Monica do to Natsuki?
Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday. I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said, and I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So, Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? This is what I was afraid of. She does not know about what happened yesterday. Did you do something yesterday?
What the fuck, Monica?
Eh?
Shit.
Jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? Do you see her smiling?
Yeah.
But I'll accept your apology anyway if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. Okay.
Natsuki's personality has suddenly taken
Changed.
a sharp turn.
Yeah, and I know Monica's involved because you literally saw her say that she'll be completely fine.
It's like, and Monica's not there, so is Monica like possessing Natsuki or something?
I
Is
don't
that where
know.
this is going?
I mean, she has how it was in the original is that she had piano lessons.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but, I mean, wouldn't they know?
well, no, because we didn't find out until today.
Oh, okay.
And then she says, it's like, sorry, I'm late, I had piano lessons. I don't hate you.
How convenient.
Yeah, I know, right? You're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Hey. Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Nah. Well, Natsuki was. I was not.
I was not. Come on, Chad, you gotta say it right.
Fine, I'll start... You want me to read verbatim? I'll read verbatim.
I mean, probably just relay their emotions and whatnot. You got it.
What took you so long, anyway? Ah, well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. It's not piano lessons anymore. You would have heard the bell ring, at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Oh, okay, so she still was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet. Still, that must require a lot of dedication. So I'm still impressed. Well, thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. That's... Monica looks at me. Well, I am working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Chad. Monica smiles sweetly. Ah, I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently.
She's being too obvious about this.
I see. I'm not sure if Monica was referring to the whole club or just me.
She's being way too obvious with the flirting.
Oh, I bet. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I choose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki has already run off into the closet. Chad, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you would like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club. Yeah, definitely. I planned on it anyway. Okay. Can we start now? Let's find a place to sit. I'm being a little forceful, aren't I? I'm sorry. My heart just won't stop pounding for some reason. Don't worry about it. If anything, it's nice to see you have so much energy. Yeah, but I need to try to calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading like this. Take your time. Yuri takes a deep breath and then pulls a copy of the book out of her bag.
I'm sure you could help her calm down. Some way or another, Chad.
Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time any... I am butchering these words.
If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea.
Thank you for that. This is why we keep you around. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk and then I'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay here. I won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. So we went with her before, so now she's going to get it by herself.
Okay.
Ah, did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding.
So fucking nosy, Monica.
I know,
Mind
right?
your own business, God.
10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long.
Oh, God.
Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decide to go look for her. Isn't that the first rule? Isn't that the first rule of any horror movie? Is don't
never
go
go.
after the person that's missing?
Yeah. Never go explore, especially on your own.
Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hallway. Okay, heavy breathing? What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. A sharp inhale like someone is sucking the air through she's cutting herself. I almost guarantee it. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? Holy... Yep, okay. Called it. Called it. Fucking... I called this literally an episode ago. Yeah.
It's rewinding time.
As if it didn't happen.
Yeah.
What?
It just won't...
I'm back. Thanks for waiting patiently. Go on, do your thought.
Because... So, Monica's... It's definitely gotta be Monica.
Controlling the game?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's definitely controlling the steps, because you just saw something you weren't supposed to see, so she rewound time so that you wouldn't see it. Just like how with the fight, she didn't want to see you... She didn't want you to see the whole fight or anything, so she skipped it.
Well,
And was
it's
trying to
because she was
force
forcing me to pick Natsuki instead of Yuri.
Yeah.
Because I picked Yuri last time, I guess she wanted me to do something different this time, but I kept... I literally saw that I could click it at the bottom, so I did, and then her face appeared, and I was like, well, fuck, here we are. Chad, do you like oolong tea? Yeah. Anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Is that ideal for making tea? Because I actually don't know.
I don't know.
Now it's time to get the teapot.
I'm not a tea expert.
We are going to set this classroom on fire. You really do this properly, don't you?
I guess that's just to boil the water faster.
Maybe? I mean, you do set it... I don't know, because you usually use a stovetop burner, so I have no idea how a friggin' little tea kettle plate would be.
Still. 200 degrees is 200 degrees.
Yeah, that's probably true. I'm not a cook by any means, so... Of course, I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Now I'm curious, is that exchange in the history, or is that gone?
It's gone.
Yep, gone. Goes from right for sorry for misunderstanding to I'm back.
Yeah.
I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others, even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. Phew, in that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Ah, perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around, anyway. Ah, that's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Chad. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Chad, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't even realize. No worries. I just have a back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. I'm trying to think of what this might be alluding to, because we did also sit down because of back pain.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
But now it's like I'm second-guessing myself on like what the back pain could be alluding to, like if there's like a hidden thing for that.
It's because she's got big boobs, Chad. Hurts her back.
Oh. Alright, carry on. Everyone go about your day. Nothing to see here. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading? Yes! I can't believe I didn't pick up on that the first time. Wow. I have terrible reading posture, so that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each one holding half the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay, I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad.
That's not the real reason.
No need to apologize. What's the real reason then, Harry?
Because we've got it in between his legs. Or else would he put it in this situation?
Oh, that's true too. I mean, I guess. I'll hold the book, okay?
It's the same idea of why he's worried about how he was holding the cup.
Yeah.
That's vice versa.
Are you sure? Of course. Alright, so this is the same. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. The fact that the skip's grayed out, it's given me a little bit of a thing, because now we know that that means that something new is going to happen.
I mean, it's just always safe to assume something new is going to happen.
I guess. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Chad. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Oh no. The music cut out.
Yep.
Yuri starts to breathe heavily. I can't, Chad. Suddenly Yuri forcefully grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over. Chad. My heart. Did we just go into the closet?
I'm guessing so?
That's the guess. My heart won't stop pounding, Chad. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, Chad? Yuri suddenly presses my hand against her chest. Why is this happening to me? It's a heartbeat.
That's not a normal heartbeat.
That's a muffled heartbeat, but a heartbeat nonetheless.
Do you hear the static?
Yeah, I hear the static too.
That's the not normal part.
Okay, alright. I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. What are her eyes doing?
God.
It makes me not even want to... It even makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you. Holy shit. Excuse me, those eyes.
Yeah. Wait, are those supposed to be Sayori's eyes?
No, those are... I mean, they're purple.
Okay.
But Sayori's eyes were blue, and
Okay.
these are, like, hyper-realistic.
They're getting brighter.
And she's just deeply breathing. I don't like this anymore. What is happening? Fuck her. Oh, my God. Okay. Whew! Alright, Monica saves the day, kinda. It's time to share poems. Ugh! Yeah, we're back to normal. Can we just skip all of this?
I know, we could.
We could. I'm assuming nothing's gonna change if it's giving us that option.
It's up to you if you want to go for
Fuck it, skipping the poem sharing.
That's not.
We can't do it!
You
Oh my
can't
God, the game is legitimately saying we can't do it!
Click Yuri then.
Okay, Yuri.
Just get out.
She just pops up immediately, no fade or anything. Alright, I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Chad, this one might be even better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. Ah, that makes me so happy. It's so amazing to feel like I'm valued, Chad. Everything that you write is like a treasure to me. My heart pounds just holding it. I want to write a poem about this feeling. Is that bad, Chad? I'm not being weird, right? I'm having a harder time than usual at concealing my emotions. I'm kind of embarrassed. But right now I just want you to read my poem too. Okay? Wheel.
Oh, this is a big one.
This is also different. This was not one that she gave me before. And the music's gone.
A rotating wheel, turning an axle, grinding.
Bolt head.
Bolt head, linear gearbox, falling sky, 7 holy stakes, a docked ship, a portal to another world, a thin rope tied to a thick rope, a
Torn harness.
parabolic gearbox, expanding universe, time controlled by slipping cogwheels, existence of God, swimming with open water in all directions, drowning, a prayer written in blood, a prayer written in time devouring snakes with human eyes, a thread connecting all living human eyes, a kaleidoscope of holy stakes, exponential gearbox, a sky of exploding stars, God disproving the existence of God, a wheel rotating in six dimensions, 40 gears and a ticking clock, a clock that ticks on 1 second for every rotation of the planet, a clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks every second, a bolt head of holy stakes tied to the existence of a docked ship to another world. A kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks. A time-devouring prayer connecting a sky of 40 gears and open human eyes in all directions. Breathing gearbox. Breathing bolt head. Breathing ship. Breathing portal. Breathing snakes, breathing God, breathing blood, breathing holy stakes, breathing human eyes, breathing time, breathing prayer, breathing sky, breathing wheel.
No, I'm no poetry expert, but that just sounds like gibberish to me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it has some sort of meaning, but...
And the name of it is Wheel.
It doesn't... I'm no English expert either, and it doesn't make any... Especially
All
that
right.
very ending part.
Yeah, just breathing. Everything's breathing.
Alrighty then, that is...
Okay. It doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen.
Music, please come back.
I know. That is, a pen fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I just really like the way that it writes. Yuri's starting to creep me out. This is very different than how it was before. So I wrote this poem with it.
She's still a little too attached.
And now you're touching it. I'm okay. What did I just... Can we pretend this conversation never happened? You can keep the poem, though. Okay, it's back.
Try
Can we
to
skip?
now. Nope.
You still can't do it.
Hey?
Yeah. Can you turn it on and off?
Probably.
It wouldn't let me click on it before.
Well, you just didn't try clicking on it
Okay,
before when it
let's
was on.
Natsuki then? Do we want to go with that next?
Yeah. You just didn't try clicking it before when the skipping was going on. You could probably stop it mid-skip, is what that means.
Yeah, but now it's not highlighted again.
Well, yeah, some parts you can't skip.
Something feels wrong about it, but okay, maybe I'm overthinking it.
No, we had this before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we could skip in the middle of it, but not when it was like up there in the corner.
Yeah, because now there's going to be new stuff coming up that they don't want you to miss.
So it won't let me skip, period. It just gives a little blurb there that's like, oh, we're skipping, but it's not actually skipping. That's, I guess, what it is.
I think that was also just because of the poem parts.
Alright.
Yeah. I think it was just making sure you couldn't skip the poem.
Okay, because they were different or something
Yeah.
like that. Alright, yeah, just as I thought. Chad, come on. I'm not stupid. I know how much time you've been spending with Yuri. It's obvious that you care more about impressing her than trying to improve your writing. To put it bluntly, it's kind of pathetic. Why are you even in this club, Chad? Honestly. I thought getting a new member would help everyone get more involved together, not exclude each other even more. This is such a stupid activity anyway. Look, I'm not in a good mood today, and I just really don't feel like talking right now. Please go away. So we don't even get to see her poem. Period. She just is like, nope, not today. Skip.
It's not going to work for
Still
poem.
can't. It's not gonna do it. Chad, I think you saw something earlier that you weren't supposed to see.
How?
I didn't want to have to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. It's getting kind of dangerous to you to spend so much time with Yuri. I don't know why, but she seems easily excitable when she's around you. which shouldn't be a problem in itself. But when Yuri gets too excited, she finds a place to hide and starts cutting herself with a pocket knife. Isn't that kind of messed up? She even brings a different one to school every day, like she has a collection or something. I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. I think she just gets some kind of high from it. It might even be like a sexual thing. But the point is, you've been kind of enabling her. I'm not saying it's your fault, though, but I guess that's why I had to explain it all to you. So I think if you keep your distance, that would probably be best for her.
That's just gonna make it worse. If
Yeah.
you try to distance yourself now? Like,
Now?
Yeah.
After I got the fucking creepy eyes? Yeah, I bet. While you're at it, don't be shy to spend a little more time with me.
she's just a jealous bitch.
She wants us to spend more time with her, but we can't. Like,
She's
the
a
game
jealous
specifically cannot let us
I
do
know.
that.
I don't know, because Monica's controlling it.
Well, if she's controlling it, wouldn't she give us the option for herself?
So you think?
I don't understand. To put it lightly, at least have it together in my head and I know how to treat my club members. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Notice that we didn't have a single line of dialogue in that for us, the player character. Save me. The colors they won't. Bright. That's supposed to say beautiful colors.
Wait. So it's missing U, I, O's, U-I-O.
U-I-O-O.
It's missing
E.
It's missing vowels.
A. It's missing some vowels, but not all of them.
Yeah.
The colors they want, bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. Cacophony is also all capitalized, so stop. The noise that won't stop. Violent, grating,
Violent.
never...
Grating.
What is that supposed to mean? N... W... This isn't a word, I don't think. WVEFRMS? Waveforms, never mind.
Oh.
Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking,
Squeaking,
screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a knife on a breathing rib cage. Endless poem of meaningless. Delete her.
Delete who? Yuri?
Delete
now?
who?
She wants to delete Yuri.
This is very different because first off, when she first gave me this poem, it said load me down here. And then the rest of this was like perfectly spelled out, no missing letters, and definitely not knife and breathing ribcage.
I think the fact that Monica is controlling this is...
Oh, I don't like this anymore. Yep.
Yep.
Just does that and then goes back as if nothing happened. Sorry, I know it's kind of abstract. I'm just trying to, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway.
No, I think you need to explain a bit more, Monica, about what the hell's going on
Here's
here.
Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision.
But don't worry, I can rewind time for you.
When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when, who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything.
I think that's a...
Please help me.
Chat, I think you should have saved before this, because she was just telling you to.
Okay, what happens if I just hit that? Can I hit nothing
You have
else?
to click OK.
That's my advice for today.
Click save. Just should be safe.
No! God, please! Alright, that's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. You have unlocked a special poem. Alright,
Here we
last
go.
time it was literally just a
Here we
glitched
go.
out picture of Monica, so now
Maybe
what?
something else. Oh.
A joke. A man walked into a club. In the club there was a girl who liked him very much. They spent some time together, and then she liked him even more. One day, the girl realized she was in love with him. Before disaster could happen, a third party intervened with her programming. Suddenly, the girl hated herself for being in love. This contradiction caused the script to derail. The universe started to collapse, but she killed herself just in time.
What the fuck, Chad?
Okay.
What the fuck?
A third party intervened with her programming.
Monica.
This is talking about Sayori.
No, that's talking about Monica intervening.
Yes, so Monica is the third party.
Yes.
And caused
Monica's
her to
the
commit
third-
suicide. Yep. Okay, alright.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
How is that a joke, also?
What the fuck?
That's not a joke! Also, we didn't get to write a poem. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other. Oh, no,
No,
this
it's
is
the
the end
same
of the
day.
day. End of the day. Okay.
Yeah.
We're all done reading each other's poems, right? We have something we need to go over today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? Look, I know everyone's been a little more lively ever since Chad joined, and we've started with some club activities. I can't read. Like, my body is just physically, like, vibrating at this point. Like, alright. But this isn't the first time for us to become complacent. We still only have 4 members, and the festival is our only real chance to find more, you know? What's so great about getting new members anyway? We already have enough to be considered an official club. More members will just mean everything gets noisier and more difficult to manage. Natsuki, I don't think you're looking at it the right way at all. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as you can? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? The literature club should be a place where people can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. It should be a place so intimate you never want to leave. I know you feel that way too. Okay, never mind. Maybe I'm reading too much into the dialogue, but it's like I'm really paying attention to everything that she says now. I know we all do too. So that's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if that's something small. Right, Chad? Ah. Oh, come on. You can't take advantage of Chad to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Look, Monica, do you really think any of us here joined the club with other people in mind?
The music's gone.
I know. Yuri never even talked until Chad joined. As for me, I just like it better here than I do at home. And Chad isn't even passionate about literature in the first place. And that's everyone. Sorry, but you're really the only one who's so interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine like this. I know you're president and all, but you really should consider our opinions for once. Monica is clearly taken aback by Natsuki's words. That's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and Chad want to get more members too. Right? I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monica wanted, then I would probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to rescue the situation... No. Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club. It's nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think that everyone here saw it the same way I did? But that doesn't mean we're against getting new members or anything. Chad, why did you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of it? Well... That's not really something I can be honest about, is it? To be fair, I'm starting to wonder why I started joining this club myself.
I mean, he's looking to get laid, obviously.
I mean, that's okay. That's game, Chad. If she's like breaking the fourth wall and talking to like player character, or beyond the player character rather. In fact, if I remember, you weren't even given a choice not to join. That's actually true. You just immediately get there. Monica sits down and stares at her desk. What's the point of all this anyway? What if starting this club was a mistake? Now you've done it, Natsuki.
She's gonna delete the whole club.
What, me? I just spoke my mind. Is it a crime to be honest? It's not about being honest. It's about word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone else in the club like that. You don't understand at all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with the club being that for me? There aren't many other places like that for me. And now Monica wants to take it away from me. She's not taking anything away. No, Chad, it's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted that, then I could have just joined any other stupid club. But this one, I mean, at least for a little bit of time, things were nice. Natsuki starts packing up her things. I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now. Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks right out of the classroom.
Starting to cry.
Yeah, I know. This is very different. This is bad. I don't know what to do. Well, do you have an opinion on the festival? I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess. Who cares about that obnoxious brat? Okay.
Okay.
I thought that was gonna be for going different, somewhere different. I don't know. I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club is right now, and I'm just happy with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. Nobody would cry if she killed herself. You fucking... Oh my god.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know.
Why did her eye just start bleeding?
That sound effect though, that was nice and meaty.
Oh my god.
I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective and make the decision that's right for the club. But what about you, Chad? What do you want to get out of this club? Yuri repeats the same question as Monica. I decide giving an indirect answer is better than nothing. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along, and for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. That's what will end up making the literature club a special place. I see. I really agree with you. Each member contributes their own qualities in a special way. With each change in members, the identity of the club as a whole will change too. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, stepping out of your comfort zone once in a while. So if you would like...
Her eye.
Blood. Yeah, her eye is bleeding.
What the fuck?
So if you would like to help with Monica... Sorry, if you would like to help Monica with the festival, then I'm on your side as well. Alright. Well, maybe we can all talk to Natsuki tomorrow. Yuri nods. Hey, Yuri. Eh? I know things were a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president, and also a wonderful friend. Monica, I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever. Okay? Me too. Yeah. Let's all go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow. Okay. I look forward to it. Shall we go, Chad? Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to chat a little bit with Chad before we leave. Just to see what he thinks of his time here and all that. It's important to me, as president. Yuri looks a little troubled, but she doesn't protest. Okay. I trust your judgment, Monica. In that case, I'll see the two of you tomorrow. See you tomorrow! Monica waves as Yuri exits the classroom. Phew! Things have been a little hectic lately, haven't they? Chad, I just wanted to make sure you're enjoying your time at this club. I would really hate to see you so unhappy. I feel kind of like I'm responsible for that as president. Okay, yep. I'm starting to... You see the static and the darkness kind of seeping in.
She's also, like, sweating a little bit. You can see the speck on her.
And I really do care about you, you know? And I don't like seeing the other girls give you a hard time.
Oh, here it comes.
With how mean Natsuki is and everything. And Yuri being a little bit, you know. Sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here. You know what I mean? But it's weird, because in all the time you've been here, we've hardly gotten to spend any time together. I mean, I guess it's technically only been a couple days. Sorry, I didn't mean to say something weird. No, she's talking about over the whole course of the game, because she was never an option.
Yep.
And even in the game, she's still not an option. There are just some things I've been hoping to talk about with you. Things I know only you could understand. So that's why... Wait, not yet. No. Stop it? The game forces her out. What is happening?
I have no idea.
Well, I don't know what to say here. Alright, well, unfortunately, it seems like we're going to get another episode out of this. I thought it was going to be just one big finale, but yeah, we're going to have to call it short here. So, thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to leave a like, dislike, or subscribe. Maybe even all three. Share if you want. We are the Talkbox Podcast. We're pretty much everywhere. You can find us on all forms of social media. We're on YouTube. We're here on YouTube. We're on iTunes. We're on Facebook, and we're also on Twitter. So feel free to check out our other content. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.